Hi, I'm Teresa Tapp. Many of you know me, many might not know me, but you will, after we get through this seminar, understand how to use T-Tapp to help your body help itself. Because T-Tapp is more than a workout. So today's seminar, proactive sequence of exercise. So you're not going to be working out 3 hours like you heard Mary earlier, and I heard those claps from behind the curtains, okay? But it's the same way of how to get fitness within the day, and especially how to get fitness that helps your body rebuild while it's repairing or being compromised with thyroid dysfunction or some other autoimmune issue that your body's having to deal with. The body is an amazing machine. It can repair and rebuild regardless of age or fitness level. And that's what's exciting, but you have to understand how to move the machine, how to move your body. And that's what I want to empower and educate everyone today. Because T-Tapp is more than a workout. It is a method of movement that maximizes your body's ability to activate more muscles comprehensively as well as compoundly. Basically, it just means you're using the full length of your muscles and you're using more muscles at the same time, in combination with using body alignment. So pardon the pun, you tap into your posture power, because there's a lot of power when you optimize your posture. So you use body alignment, and then you also use something what I call leverage isometric muscle activation, which can be snuck in throughout the day, even while you're driving your car or sitting in front of your computer. And so it's amazing how much you can increase what I call mind to muscle activation. The fancy word, we call it neurokinetic, from the brain to the kinetic muscle. Mind to muscle is really what's mindful movement. Have you heard that term? Mindful movement is like, it's okay to have fun. You know, I always say, you want to burn calories? Turn on the music, do a little dance, get on your rebounder, go walk. You're moving the body, you're burning calories. But when you put more mindful movement and focus on what you're doing, then it becomes therapeutic. More of a physical therapy approach to fitness, and that's what's T-Tapp. But when you hear rehabilitative or therapeutic, a lot of times people think, well, I'm not broken. I don't need on it. What therapeutic or physical therapy approach to movement, it means it's more specific. Because if somebody does have an issue or pain or a muscle imbalance, you need to be very specific how you activate those muscles. And that's woven within every single exercise within the T-Tapp workouts, but it's also what is the T-Tapp method of movement. So you can apply that. So it's not just squeeze or isometrics. I'll demonstrate in just a little bit so you'll understand all of the primary principles that is within the method of movement, and then also the sequence, because in addition to that comprehensive and compound muscle movement, it's done in a very specific sequence so that you can balance muscle imbalance. Certain muscles are stronger than others, not as flexible as others, and so you're balancing that imbalance so that you get strength and flexibility. Okay, equally. So you're not having to do a stretching routine, it's built in. You're not having to do weights if you don't want to, it's built in. And when you have strength building type muscle movement, that tugs on the bone to improve your bone density. That's why T-Tapp has been so phenomenally received within the medical community, because it helps the body help itself in function as well as form. You sculpt away the inches, you'll see inch loss quicker initially than on the scale, but we all know once we have the muscles, then the metabolism is optimized, and the muscles are what give your body more ability to burn calories and to burn fat, to have a higher metabolism. And so if you know how to optimize muscle activation, you're optimizing your metabolism. Or if you have a dysfunctional metabolism, you can help your body rebuild metabolic function. So that's kind of exciting. Instead of always just cutting calories, I've never focused on the diet. Now later, Mary's going to explain to us how to help your body help itself with nutritional needs that might be extra special. She knows it. She's the expert in thyroid function and dysfunction. I'm the expert in muscle activation. That's why they say the T-Tapp, she's a muscle activation specialist. Sure, I've got the physiology and having the exercise science, but it's understanding muscle activation that empowers you how to get more muscles activated on the inside of your body where nobody even sees what you're doing, so that you get faster results on the outside of your body. And this type of muscle movement decreases inflammation. Like I said earlier, traditional exercise oftentimes increases inflammation. So as you heard in a question earlier, somebody like, oh, I have blown out adrenals, I have chronic fatigue. So when I do exercise, then all of a sudden I have to lay in bed for the next 2 to 3 days because I can't do anything. And even a 15-minute workout just wipes me out. Well, what's really unusual about T-Tapp is that you'll feel muscle fatigue, but at the end of the workout, you'll feel this new energy. And when you understand how to create muscle movement using the T-Tapp method, you actually help your body boost its energy. That's because it involves a lot of lymphatic stimulation. One thing I want you to realize, the secret to you helping your thyroid, the secret to you to losing weight and regaining that metabolic function is to optimize your lymph system. People are starting to understand lymph system. I've been dealing with the lymphatic system for over 30 years. When I created T-Tapp, initially I created it for cancer patients who've had their lymph system now overabundantly with chemicals and radiation, just overabundantly, it's compromised to the point of dysfunction. And so T-Tapp has been helping cancer patients rebuild that lymph system so that it can help move those toxins out at a cellular basis. You have blood flow that enables your body to get nutrients to the cell, right? We just did big inhales and big exhales. That gets oxygen in and old air out. And you have a heart that's pumping that blood, that's getting the air in and the oxygen to the cells. But who takes the trash out? The only way you can get the toxins out at a cellular basis is by using your lymph system, but there's no heart to move it. They consider the calf muscle the heart muscle of the lymph. You have to move in order to move the lymph to circulate all the way through your body and get the toxins out. And the cool thing is that your lymph system is what moves liquefied fat to the areas so your muscles get more power, and we all want to burn more fat. You want to burn more fat? You move the lymph. Oftentimes, I use an analogy of how to eliminate cellular toxins, like much the same way when you mop a dirty floor. And you can do it a more efficient way. The original way was with a regular old mop. It's just long fibers, and you swish all the dirt, and then you wring it out, and then you mop up more dirt, and you wring it out. Well, there's residual still dirty water within those fibers. Then they invented the sponge mop. So now you mop up with a sponge, and it has that lever that you go, and it gets more of the dirty water out. So it's full fiber, comprehensively getting more of the dirty water out than the original mop. So just like in exercise, you have muscle fibers, like the mop. There's an origin to insertion, the full length. So T-Tapp is much like the squeegee, where you literally squeegee out. Have you tried one of those new mops that are the squeegee? They usually have lots of fibers out, and so you mop up the dirty water, and then it's just like squeegee it out, and it's like dry. So when you use the full fiber from origin to insertion, you literally squeegee that residual toxins that are in there into the lymph nodes, so then it gets circulated on out. And that's how you help get the inflammation out of the full fiber of the muscle, so you're not in pain and aching. And that's why Dr. Perricone says it's so effective for rheumatoid arthritis as well as osteoarthritis, joint issues, everything, because with T-Tapp you're always activating multiple muscles, 5 to 7 at the same time with equal tension on every muscle. So you balance the muscle imbalance. You slowly build the strength and flexibility at the same time. So what was weak will get stronger, and what was over tight will get more, and what was too loose will get firmer. You understand? And it's amazing because all of a sudden you'll go, wow, I feel more. The workout's getting more challenging. I can't believe it. I'm not having to do any more than the same 8 reps, but my heart rate's getting higher. I'm burning, I feel like I'm getting hotter quicker. It's because you rebuild the mind to muscle transmission. You've unkinked the spine. It's all about body alignment. Like I said, it centers on the spine. Now all of a sudden you're getting clear communication from the brain to the body through that spine. It's open and all the way out to your extremities, to the fingertips and your toes. Lots of people say when they first use the T-Tapp method of movement or do the workouts, they had cold hands and cold feet. They can't believe how much that improves. So that's why it's so good for people with neuropathy. And because it's so comprehensive, you're using blood sugar faster. So it helps you maintain better blood sugar, those for type 2 diabetics. And so during this seminar, I want to go further and have you experience all of the primary principles so that you can duplicate this at home, as well as getting some of the sequences to understand how things are done as a certain sequence so that you fatigue the muscles gradually, so the big muscles get more tired, so you have to kick in and use more of your intrinsic, the smaller muscles that the body, taking a path of least resistance, doesn't like to use till you make the bigger ones tired. But also the sequence helps you optimize the lymphatic circulation so that you empower your body to get more out of movement. And that's the secret to success, to be able to do like I did and go through menopause without having. Many times people with menopause lose weight and get even better than before. That's why we've had success stories with moms of multiples. We have lots of T-tappers who are 6 babies or more, and most of you have already seen Charlotte because she was on the, the Good Morning America and Today and on People and all the various magazines because she's a mom of 12. And she went from size 22 to 6 within a year and a half doing the 15-minute workout and only a little bit more, because who has time when you're feeding? And she homeschools all of those children. And she's the wife of a minister, which means she gets comfort food from everybody in the congregation. And all she said, she was pregnant for 25 years, because they're from age 2 to 27. And yet she did it, she fit it in, and that's what I want to be able to empower all of you, is how to fit in fitness. Okay, so now we've talked enough. Let's get ready to move. Everybody up, and we'll start doing the primary principles of T-Tapp so you understand T-Tapp method of movement and the power it contains. Okay. Everybody has a glass of water, because hydration is important. I'll give you breaks in between, and you're going to be happy to have that water in a little bit. Okay, number 1 primary principle. Body alignment. Moving your body in alignment will give better tug and more comprehensive muscle activation. But we all stand out of alignment. We all have out of alignment. We compromise our body's ability to burn more calories, move more lymph, because we're not using our posture. So first of all, let's start with our feet. Toes forward. Most of us, when we stand, are like ducks with toes out. We walk like a duck. At least we don't talk like a duck. And we sure don't want to look like a duck. So toes forward, and as soon as you bring toes forward, it's going to feel different in the knees, right? Some of you, as you go through, go, ooh, I feel pigeon-toed. I feel like I'm standing like this. Because the muscles that attach at your hip at one end are attaching at your knee on the other end, and the muscles that are at the knee also attach to the ankle. So everything what you do with your feet totally realigns everything into your body. I'm sure you've seen a few TV commercials where they say, put these arches and everything in your body goes in alignment. I want to empower you to understand how to move your own muscles without any equipment, nothing, just your brain and your body to create body alignment and muscle movement. So now let's think about space. 1 foot between. Sometimes I use the full foot, like I talk about in my book, Fit and Fabulous, in 15 minutes. That's hip width, but when I say hip width, it's hip ball joint, knee, ankle should be in a straight line. Because sometimes when I say hip width and the body for path of least resistance goes, that's where the skin on the outside of the hips are. But that's shoulder width, okay? And you'll feel the difference why that's path of least resistance. So look down and make sure I also use a mitten hand, like if I put one hand between, so it's a little bit closer than what you think. Because I'd rather have you a little closer than too wide, because you'll be able to create more activation in your belly, and don't we all want flatter bellies? So toes are forward. Next part is you bend your knees. As soon as you bend your knees, you can feel the muscles right above the knee, right? They're activated. Now straighten your knee. Feel how the knee, there's no activation at the knee. It relaxes, so you've got more muscle activated at the hip and less at the knee. But don't you know, as you age, don't you start to get knee pudge right here? Okay, now muscles burn fat for fuel, right? So as you age, where you inactivate muscles is where your body stores fat. So if you're always locking your knees when you stand, that's where you put the pudge. Okay, and there's another, we'll keep going from that. So let's get our knees bent, our toes are forward. Now, then comes the tuck curl. I call it curl because your belly and your back, I want you to curl that spine under. The tuck is like we call it tuck the tail. When a dog has been bad, the tail comes between the legs. So you're going to tuck your tailbone under and curl your lower back. So the toes are forward. We bend our knees. Put your hand on your belly. Put your hand on your back. Now we're going to tuck that tailbone, curl that back. Right there, keep it tucked. And now you're going to lift. Ribs is next. Keep your hand, your head. So push, tuck, 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 tuck. Try to keep those ribs up. Shoulders come back for body alignment. And most of us by now have gone like this because it takes strength to keep that tailbone tucked. So retry it again. So we bend those knees, tuck, curl that tail, push to lift those ribs, keep tuck, tuck, tuck. You have to really consciously think tuck, 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 tuck. Those ribs are up. And the last part of it is thumbs are forward, knees out. Oh, push. Do you feel it here? 2, 3, 4. Now you can relax and breathe. You guys were all holding your breath and your eyes got really big. Okay, but that's a lot of thinking. Let's try it again. So toes are forward. You bend it. You tuck it. You lift those ribs. Keep it tuck, tuck, tuck. You'll get stronger. Just try as hard as you can. Now holding it tucked, just inhale really big. Push on your belly and it helps. Inhale big. Exhale, keep those ribs up. Relax. Did you notice when you pushed on your belly, it got a little easier to keep the tuck? Yes? No? Yeah, see? Leverage muscle activation. Remember when I said leverage isometric muscle activation earlier? That's the secret. So let's try that again. We bend. Put your hand on the front and the back. Push as you curl. Don't just place them pretty. Push, tuck, curl. Now, as you're pushing, feel how that helps your back, especially your front hand. As you're pushing in, feel how that activates the muscles in the lower back to be stronger. Now, keep pushing both. So you push especially on the front to lift the ribs. Doesn't that help it? Keep the tuck, tuck, tuck you're using. Now, focus. Put mind to it. You're going to let go. Tuck, 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 tuck. Lift up. Tuck, 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 tuck. Let go. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Thumbs are forward and shoulders are back. It's inhale there. Yes, you can. Exhale. Tuck, tuck, tuck. On a count of 3, knees out and hold. 1, 2, 3, knees out. 2, you should feel it right here. 3, 4, and if it gets like your ribs are starting to go down, push right here. Push ribs up. Feel how they got up. They stayed up by pushing your fingertips in the thigh. 2, 3, 4, relax. Okay, now so throughout the day, obviously you're not going to go, well, I'm at the copier. She said keep it tucked while I'm working on a thing. Let's see how we can sneak that in, how to fit it in as well. So go ahead and assume your position how you normally stand. Most of us stand like that, weight in one leg. Some of us stand like this, we lock it. But take your position, and most of it, especially with women, is weight in one leg, oftentimes with a child on there, or we're making a point, okay? With all of that, automatically puts the spine out of alignment and all of the weight into it. And what does it do? The knee is locked. But here's how you sneak it in. Number 1, remember, don't even worry about the toes. So the knee, just bend it enough that you feel it activate. Just so you feel the muscles activate right above the kneecap. Now, you're going to tuck tail. So you're going to tuck till you feel your tummy tighten. So let's just try it on your own with just your mind focusing. Can you tuck till you feel like your belly button just pushed in? Okay, just in mind. And if you have a really hard time, I'll show you how to make that even more effective, but keep that tucked. Now I want you to have the ribs go up, ribs up. Oh, that's kind of hard, so if you have a hard time, just find a place where your hand is and just push into your thigh. You're still tucked, so now push. Oh, did you feel that right here? Just by pushing in, you got your ribs up. Now, while that's there, keep just pushing a little bit. And those of you who are strong don't have to touch, but that just assists. Now just turn your knee out till you feel the arch inside your shoe, and you feel this activate right here. Feel that? Now as you're standing, nobody sees what you're doing, but the knee is bent, your tailbone's tucked, your ribs are up, and you can feel this tightening. All of that is increasing mindful movement down that leg. It's dropping blood sugar. It's sculpting away saddlebags. It's making a flatter tummy, and you're just saying, now notice that leg's getting a little more tired than usual, right? So you relax it, do on the other side. But see, because there was more muscle activation, fatigue set in, it gets stronger, and you keep more calories burning while you were standing in line at the store. See how you can sneak it in? Okay, let's try on the other side. You're on the other leg. So you softly bend it, you softly tuck it, you lift the ribs, you push that knee out. Feel that wrap right underneath? You'll get rid of the second butt cheek that's there. Muscles burn fat. Where you activate it is where you use up stored fat eventually. So as you're there, just inhale really big, keeping ribs up. Exhale, keeping the ribs up. So now you know how to fit that in while you're standing in line. You don't think it makes a difference. You know as you age or when the body has compromised health, not just as you age. When you get hurt or when all of a sudden you have more inflammation in your body starts to take any path of least resistance it can to conserve the energy so it doesn't have to burn as many calories. So that's why when one organ or one area of your body gets all this inflammation, you start gaining weight. And it's harder to lose the weight because your body doesn't want to burn the calories. It wants to use it to help your body survive. So think about it. Feet start to flare out. Knees start to roll in. Feel what they just, because you know when I said knees out, just as you're standing right now, go ahead and let your feet go on out because you don't have to make sure the toes are forward. You can create the muscle activation. Right now, let your weight go on the big toe, ball joint of the big toe. You'll feel your arches flatten out. I'm wearing stripes so you can see how the knees go in. Did you see that? How I'm here versus there. Just a slight shift. But in your shoes right now, don't you feel like your arches are pushing down? Now just from there, nothing else. Don't tuck, don't do anything. I want you just to think, turn the knees out to the little toe, shift the weight off the ball joint into the last 3 toes. Didn't you feel your arches lift? That right there increases your metabolism. That right there starts to decrease inflammation. Pretty cool, huh? Just by what you did within your feet. And you didn't put an insert there, you used your muscles to lift it. You want to increase it even more? On a count of 3, I want everybody to lift their toes, their big toes as high as you can, and we're all going to do it together, and I want you to tune in right here kinetically what you feel. 1, 2, 3, toes up. Oh, I saw eyes bigger. 1, 2, 3, toes up and keep them up. Can you feel right here what's happening? 2, 3, 4, relax. You create greater muscle activation in your belly if you lift your big toe. Now, who thought the big toe was connected to the belly? You could be sitting at the chair, at your computer, and occasionally lift your big toes as high as you can, hold 4 counts and relax. Hold 2, 3, relax. And as you're doing that, you're activating your calf. Feel it again. Shift the knees out towards the little toes. Last 3 toes, you just feel like the weight comes off the ball joint of the big toe. They're relaxed on the toes. Now tune in to what you feel in your calf. 1, 2, 3, lift big toes. Feel that right here? 1, 2, 3, lift big toes. So people who are worried about deep vein thrombosis, you can do that while you're on the plane. Lift those toes up high, relax. Lift those toes. That pumps the lymph. And the calf is the heart muscle of the lymph. That's where you start pumping the lymph to move the trash on out. Okay, so now you understand. So when you roll in, not only do the knees roll in and flatten the arch and you get more flat feet and you drop your metabolism, you roll the hips in, and then we get these things called saddlebacks. People who get fat distribution here and belly, lower belly pudge and saddleback pudge comes from the position of your knees. Watch, and I'll show you. I wear stripes because this is where I would tend to gain weight, because we talk about body types in the book as well as on our DVDs. So a longer torso, shorter leg tends to put more weight right here. So when I relax, because see, I'm always softly bent. I never straighten my knees all the way throughout the day. When I let them go straight, do you see how it squishes out right here? And that's just with my muscles relaxing because I just let the knees. So watch what happens as I hold right here, and all I'm going to do is focus what we just did about shifting weight off the ball joint of the big toe, and here we go. Did you see that? Just from, and the toes are forward, I'm not even ducked, just from where I stand versus I just take it off. And when I take the tape measure and do that, it literally shows 3/8 of an inch to a full 1/2 inch thinner on my thighs. Okay, so right here, and I measure and it will show. I used to teach the models that. That's how when they're in a picture, and if this is your concern, I always say step back just a little bit so they don't see them front and center. Untuck, tuck, turn, lift ribs, and you are thinner in the thigh. Muscle activation, so let's feel it. Wherever you're at, okay, I want you to think about the feet. So totally relax the legs straight. Feel like, here, go ahead and put your hands there so you can feel the muscle activation right underneath the butt cheek. So I'm like, I feel the fat. We'll feel the fat. Here we go. Soften the knee just a little bit. Did you feel it right where your fingers are? Now just think about, let the tail untuck just a bit. Feel that activate there. Now think tuck tail and turn and twist at the hip, shifting the feet out to the little toe. Do you feel how tight it is there? So assume your position as you stand. Tuck, twist up. I know for some of you, what tuck, twist out is from the feet. Take the other side. Now think about shifting out. So when I say tuck, twist out, I'm like shifting the feet out, and it automatically comes from here. Do you feel it? So now let's continue back up. You're going to learn, you're going to be walking with a whole new posture, and just that alone will help you drop inches, which then helps you drop pounds. So toes are forward. Now we got to think about the shoulder, upper body. Bend it, tuck it, lift it, knees out. Now keeping here, let's focus about it. So inhale, hunch. We're usually so trapped dominant, that's where all our tension is. All you have to do is hunch. Now exhale, let the shoulders come down and ribs up. Okay, so from here, most of us walk around like monkeys, thumbs on the inside. Kids do especially. Okay, but when you look, your body in anatomical correct position is to have the thumbs away. Grey's Anatomy, not the TV show, the book. Grey's Anatomy has it where the thumbs are back. So as you're standing there, soften your knees, just focus what you feel, your ribs are up when you think about your thumbs. So thumbs in, tune in what you feel in your shoulder. That gives you armpit pudge, okay? Thumbs forward. Ooh, did you feel something activate right there at the armpit? Now thumbs away. Ah, did you feel it coming all the way through here? Thumbs away helps you activate more muscles at the shoulder so that you're not pronated like we are when we're sitting at a desk doing the computer, while we're watching TV, while we're driving, while we walk with the thumb or grab a suitcase with the thumb inward, or whenever we pick up a bottle of milk or a bottle of bleach and we go thumb inward. We create muscle imbalance at the shoulder, which just adds to a greater curve of the upper back, which then compromises all your metabolism just by where you put your thumb of what your shoulder is doing. So when you, throughout the day, obviously we can't go around great. At the seminar we learn we just walk all the time with our thumbs away. Okay, so I showed you how to sneak in the lower body. Let's figure out how to sneak it in on the upper body. So shake it out. Toes are forward. Bend. Tuck, curl, lift ribs, knees out. Push to lift those ribs higher. Okay, so let's go ahead and hunch, warm it up. Exhale, twist it away. Now keep it out there. Inhale, hunch again. Spread fingers, more ribs up. Now think right here. Don't move anything. Feel how muscles are activated between your shoulders. Feel how everything's, you're as tall as you've never been. Don't move anything. Just move your lower body and assume a comfortable position. Okay, we're going to show you how to sneak it in. I promise you this is not how it is. You're not going to look like this in a minute. Okay, so you're comfortable, but you got your body to where you're tuck twisted. Get the weight off the big toe. Good. Everybody's tucked in there. We go. I can see it even from here. From here, tighten those. Ribs are up. Tighten. Now, don't worry. Just let the palms face center, but don't relax the shoulders. Oh boy, I really look natural now. Keep it tight. From here, you're going to shake out your hands. Shake out the hands. Keep it tight. I want you to feel your little finger, kind of flop the hands, but don't relax the shoulders. Little finger is going to touch. You can feel where the little finger's almost touching. So you know your thumb is forward and your elbows are softly bent, but every muscle is as tight as it can between the shoulder blades. That's how it's keeping up on. So from here, your posture is optimized and your belly is at least 5 pounds looking thinner. It's flatter because you lifted the ribs up instead of pushing it down. From here, nobody sees as you're doing to have that till you know as you walk, that little finger, keep holding it there, keep holding it there. You can, guys, you can breathe. Keep those eyes, I can see it on there, keep breathing. On a count of 3, I'm going to let you relax the muscles and then you see and feel. Tune in as to what you feel on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3, relax. And everybody just went like this. And we wonder why we get back fat. Why all of a sudden, same calories, I'm doing everything the same, I'm exercising the same, but why am I getting pudge here? I see it even in the celebrities. They got buff biceps, deltoid, and they got this pudge. Then look at their hands, what they're doing with their hands. A lot of them will be standing there posing and their thumbs are in, or they're going like that. It's so funny. It's so easy. Once you know, you're going to start looking now as you go in the mall. That's one's walking like a duck. Look at her thumb in. Oh my. You're going to become muscle activation specialist on the power of posture just by understanding how to create it. So all you have to do throughout the day is just go thumb away or just get rid of the tension at the shoulder because the shoulders being tense, trap dominance. Are we a little stressed throughout the day? Usually means the shoulders start going up and we get really tight in the shoulders. So all you have to do is hunch as high as you can. Feel that stretch? Doesn't it feel good? So whenever you're trying to do is you just do a big inhale. Lift the ribs as you let them relax. Do that a few times and then twist your thumbs back as far as you can. Do a few shoulder rolls. Shoulder roll back. Crack, crunch. Feel it? Crack, crunch. As you shoulder roll with thumbs away, you're activating the muscles that are from your shoulder to your spine, and then the muscles activating right here help prevent that dowager's hump. And the downwards your hump, the fat starts to distribute there, and the muscles get weak, so you start to get curled over. And if you use the muscles to back up, you increase your metabolism, you increase your bone density, and you increase your posture, and oh, by the way, you lose some weight and have a flat belly too. See how easy it is to create the muscle activation? Those are the primary on what we call the T-Tapp stance. And you heard earlier when I talked about leverage muscle activation, how it's too much easier. So now I'm going to show you a little sequence that can optimize your posture power throughout. I call it the mitten chop sequence. Mittens, these are our mittens. Okay, and so when you do a mitten, it's not a wimpy mitten. It's a glee mitten. You know, like Glee? Where you stretch the thumb out, you know, like this. It's glee, mitten hands from here. So what I want you to do is back to your toes forward, bend it, tuck, curl it, push, lift those ribs, knees out. Okay, so now you've got your mittens. From here, as you stand, tune in as to how high you can lift your ribs with your tail tucked. 1, 2, 3, lift ribs. Do you feel like like somebody grabbed your head and you're taller, lifting the ribs on up? Hold that, tune in how much you can. Now, from there, push your hands, mitten, find your point position where you're going to get leverage. You're still lifting up your ribs where you are. Now, feel how much more power you get when you increase the mind to muscle where you touch. 1, 2, 3, push mittens. Oh, everybody raised at least a ½ inch taller. Don't you feel how much stronger? You feel more muscles empowered on the lats as you hold 2, 3, relax. So, throughout the day, you can use your mitten chop to increase. So, like, let's do the sequence now, and now I'll give you a side view. So, we have it. We bend, tuck, curl, push, lift. Now from here, we're going to use our mittens to lift and arch out. So we're going to first push to lift, arch it out. Now push high as you can. Feel that stretch? We want to scoop out the back. Use your mitten chop to create that leverage activation. Now we know we got our ribs really high. Inhale big there. Now tuck, curl, push. Push mittens, push, curl. Let the shoulders come forward. Really feel that stretch in your lower back. Doesn't it feel good, especially for those of us with the lower back? Knees out though. Always keep the knee, I saw this. Knees out, so relax again. Got to keep the knees out, activate at the groin. That drains all the toxins that get stored into the lymph nodes. So go back, so toes are forward. So we bend, tuck, lift ribs, knees out. Now we're there. So now mittens. From here we push and arch out, push, lift, arch. Really like you're trying to gain 3 more inches in the length of your spine. Inhale there, pushing. Exhale there, pushing. Next exhale, you're going to push, tuck, tail. Let the shoulders go forward, and you tuck, tail. So I'm still pushing. Never relax and keep the knees out. Inhale, tuck, curl, pushing mittens, pushing mittens, pushing mittens. You're really empowering your body by pushing with the mittens. Feel that? It should feel good. And the knees are out. Good. So from here, we're tucked, and we're not going to release the tuck. Keep the tuck. Inhale, still pushing. Tuck harder as you push, lift ribs. Tuck, 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 tuck. You're using your mitten chop to get up there. Now try to hold it. Yes, 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 yes. Relax. But now feel the heat. Do you feel like you just activated everything within? So now as you're standing, because you just increased, go ahead about where you're at your hip joint. Standing however you want with your feet. Just press against. Feel how you got the ribs up. Now feel the same thing as you press and tuck, curl, and then push, lift. Feel now how your ribs are up in you now. So throughout the day, do a posture check. Curl it, push, lift it. Inhale there, exhale there. Using your mitten chop sequence is the very best. Then there's one other sequence. We call it the mitten chop sequence at the groin, because we always are trying to get a flat belly. Bellies bulge when you push your organs down in. So slumping is the worst thing you can do if you want to get rid of belly fat. Okay, so even with the thyroid and all of that, we want to activate muscles here, and you'll empower with the posture to do it. I know you've heard how posture and you look 5 pounds thinner, but most bodies that are shorter torso have a belly, poochy belly, because they're so close from the rib to the hip. So if you look to where your rib and hip are, I'm really long in my torso. There's short torsos where they're only like 1.5 inches, so if they bent to the side, bone to bone. Okay, and then there's a combo a little bit longer, and then there's a really long torso. So it's easier for my body type to have a flat belly, but ribs up, cinch in, waist. But those who have a shorter, you really have to think about tucking and lifting the ribs, because shorter the torso, there's not as much room. And I always say you can take it to where whoever has a baby, when they're short torso, the baby's straight out. They don't even look pregnant from the front. And those who have a longer torso like me, oh boy, you know we're coming. because baby's got room to do some somersaults, and it's so true. So that's how you can really see body types, is when you look when somebody's pregnant. But you got to get the ribs up and then also get cinched in. So here's how you get your torso trimmer, by using the muscles between the ribs, and also how to get the belly flatter by using the position of ribs up. Okay, so big inhale. I want you to feel the muscles expand. Feel how the muscles are stretching. Now exhale, keeping ribs up. Now you think your air's out. Now pull and exhale as hard as you can. Okay, you've heard of those breathing exercises. Okay, so we're going to use our mitten chops. Do it one more time without mittens. So you inhale big. Keep ribs up all the way. And then think to curl, tuck, lower back to get the air out of your lungs. Okay, you feel the ribs get closer together. When you're at home, take a tape measure. Inhale, see how much it expands. Then as you exhale, see how much you could pull the ribs together. And eventually the muscles get strong enough to keep the ribs re-cinched in. Because after childbirth, when the baby's up in there, rib can expand. As you age, and if you don't do big inhale, exhales throughout the day, your muscles atrophy between the ribs, so your rib cage expands. That's why when you see seniors, they start to get bigger in the middle, and then skinny arms and legs, but they get really barrel-chested, because they don't have the muscles to keep their ribs up, or the muscles to pull the ribs together, because now their lungs are going to be compromised. And don't you need your lungs for oxygen? But we also need to get rid of the dead air. Okay, so now feel the same thing when you used on the mittens. So soften your knees, mitten chop, lift those ribs, and expanding as high as you can. Now use your mittens to exhale. When you need to, exhale harder. Feel how much more you can pull the ribs together? Do it again, big inhale. Now you're not pushing too hard as you exhale, but then you push harder to pull the ribs together. Did you feel the difference, how much you could pull? So do you see how leverage muscle activation empowers greater nerve transmission from the brain to where you touched? To pull everything in between where you touch gets greater muscle activation. So within the workout, I have the thumbs back. I never have waist. So whenever you're trying to get your ribs up and you're standing and you're like making an attitude, you use your thumb to push the ribs up. So right now, go at your waist, toes are forward, soften it. Drop down. Okay, so now your thumb is like where your hip joint is. In Texas, they call it the thumb holder because some of them have that indentation. That's the thumb holder. Okay, so right where you're there, feel as you just, so you want to be down lower, down to a little bit lower in the right, and now push elbows back. Feel how the ribs come up. So you can sneak that in. Nobody sees. When you hear most traditional exercise, they say body alignment. You want your shoulders back in alignment with your hips. You've heard that, right? So I want you to tune in what happens when you do that. Shoulders back. Okay, now we feel like we're going chest out. And so we all throughout the day kind of compromise our posture because we don't want to feel like we're sticking our chest out so much. So when I have it's just ribs up instead of shoulders back. Tune in again what you feel right here. On a count of 3, soften the knees, tuck just enough that you feel the tummy tighten. On a count of 3, just think shoulders back aligned with hips. 1, 2, 3, shoulders back. 2, 3, 4, relax. Now on a count of 3, you're just going to do nothing but tune in, ribs up. 1, 2, 3, ribs up. Feel how it shifted back. Okay, relax. Do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, ribs up. Feel how it shifts back, but you don't feel like you're sticking the tatas out to the world. You want the muscles here activated, ribs up throughout the day, thinking that way. And if you're tired, then it's just here with even one hand. 1, 2, 3, ribs up. 1, 2, 3, push ribs up. 1, 2, 3, push ribs up. Feel how that helps you just shift the shoulders back. You activate the lats. Now, how many of you have noticed as you've gotten with compromised metabolisms this kind of pudge, where then the bra starts to indent? Okay? So these lats are the secret to keeping a healthy metabolism. Using your lats is the secret to get through menopause. I mean, Mary goes in great detail. That book, I don't know how many of you have that book. Let me get it so he can put it in for the webinar. A lot of you already have this book. The Menopause Thyroid Solution. I know some of you are going, well, I'm not in menopause. That's kind of like that senior factor. The book was really should have been titled Hormone Balance Over Age 40, because it is a full guidebook as to what to do if you have thyroid issues and are getting to the point where your hormones are starting to get out of balance. going through here, there's 33 pages of a T-Tapp workout routine, specially created for those who are trying to balance the hormones. And you know the number one factor? The lats. So the way the exercises are taught in here are teaching you what to do and where to push to optimize the muscle activation, which helps then adrenals. So this is a way of getting, if you have adrenal function that you're trying to rebuild without being overtired, the exercise in here, it turns back time, really helps. Let me put this back down. But the main factor is ribs up, and it's called with leverage muscle activation. I want you to, you're going to have it in your sleep as much as you hear me say tuck it. It's going to be lift those ribs, set lats. Lift those ribs, set lats. Okay, so let's go back into now. We'll do another sequence. So toes are forward, bend the knees, tuck, curl that tail, push, lift the ribs. Now on a count of 3 from here, keep the knees out. Okay, you're going to tilt and knees go out. 1, 2, 3, tilt, knees go out. Okay, from here, I want you to put your pockets on the back of your hips. Okay, you push and the elbows are up. As we're standing, our toes are forward, they're hip width out. Your knees out, can you feel the activation at the groin? This is how you're going to get inflammation out of your hips, and I want you to feel how it stretches everything out of your hamstrings and the thighs. So as we inhale and as we try to straighten our leg, we'll push harder into our hips. So it's just a tilt over. You're not tucking, you're not arching your tail. Now we're going to keep this knee out as we try to straighten, but keep the weight on the last 3 toes. So as I push, don't inhale, just right now, just push harder. As you try to straighten, you're pushing in your pocket. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Feel your thigh, 2, 3, almost straight, and bend. But see, what I don't want to see is this. I got it straight, yeah, but you tilted the hip. Okay, got the idea? Now let's just try the other one as we're looking at. We push harder. We're trying to keep the knee out as the other one is trying to straighten. You only go to what your strength and flexibility, mainly flexibility, and bend. Now I want everybody to look down. You're going to do the same thing, but you're going to inhale. Look down. Now you can see if your toes are forward. Now we're going to push as we inhale. Push. Inhale, straighten one leg. Exhale. Now you notice you're pushing in your hips. That's keeping your ribs up, right? See how it works? Looking down, push other leg as you straighten. You're pushing as hard to keep those ribs up and bend. Repeat again. Inhale, push, straighten, and bend. Push, straighten other leg, and bend. Hands on kneecaps. Hunch. Push the weight into your knees. Feel how that releases the tension in your back? Okay, you're just pushing and hanging out there. Now we're going to push, curl, tuck, but keep the knees out and keep pushing into your knees. I'll give a side view. So we're going to push, curl, tuck, that lower back. Push, curl, tuck, 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 tuck. Keep pushing in the knees, and now your lower back and your tailbone is tucked, and you're still pushing into the kneecaps. Now from here, push as you scoop out, scoop out, scoop out, scoop out, scoop out. And when we scoop out, we want to do exercise for the thyroid, which means we lift the chin as high as we can to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, lift it up and stretch that thyroid, release. Also makes the neck nice and firm. So from here, it's inhale, then we're going to tuck, curl. So here we go. Inhale first big. Tuck, push, curl. Chin is in. Don't look at me. Chin is in. You're pushing on the knees, so your lower back's getting that stretch. I want you to inhale again. And we're going to shift our weight right over the ankles. You're still pushing on the knees. You're still pushing on the knees. Now inhale there. Push and scoop it out. Blow it out. Reach up the chin. Now you're pushing on those knees to get the tailbone up, to get your chin up. Now from here, repeat it. Push, inhale, curl, tuck. Exhale there. Inhale again. Shift. Now this time, you're going to inhale, tuck your tail more as you let go with your hands. Tuck tail. And then you push on the knees, scoop out. So inhale, tuck. Then push, scoop. Once more like that. Inhale, curl, tuck. Shift on the exhale. Inhale, tuck tail more, hands free. Push, scoop out. Last time, and I'll face front. Inhale, push, curl, tuck, knees are out. Pushing on the knees, exhale, shift. Inhale, tuck, hands free. Push knees, scoop out, reach chin. Now, from here, neutral, looking at me. Shake out that tension. You're going to tuck tail, tuck, 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 tuck. Reach out to me with jazz hands. Look down. 2, 3, 4. Look back at me. You're going to hook your thumbs. Now pull on those thumbs. Keep those knees out. Pull. Feel that leverage activation? Feel that leverage activation? Every muscle activated as you pulled your thumbs. Now keep pulling thumbs, tucking, looking down, pulling thumbs all the time. Don't release those thumbs, pulling, and you reach, stretching out like somebody's pulling your hands to me. 2, 3, 4. Push your hands on your knees. Relax the tuck. Now, do you think you got every muscle activated along on the spine? You can create the power along. So now we do one more inhale, tuck, curl. So inhale big first. Tuck, curl. Pushing on those knees. Inhale right there. Inhale, tuck, hunch. Push, scoop out. Neutral, back at me. Look down, shake your head, no. No. Now right there, do a few nods, yes. We can. Our head, and nothing's tucked, it's neutral. Now with that, you're gonna lower just a little bit more, so bend your elbows, weight is in the knees, weight is in the knees. Now drop your head right there. You're looking at your kneecaps, no lower, shake it, no. Now shake it, yes, we can. 3, 4, now look right there up at me, just real quick. Your hands are going to go in this position. Thumb on the inside, fingers on the outside, but push in for muscle activation. Look back down. You're going to push and only drag your hands down to the middle of your shins. Drag down, pushing, pushing. Use that muscle activation. Stop at the middle. Grab your shins. Shake out your head. No, I can't. And then shake it. Yes, I can. 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to push, tuck, curl. So inhale big. Push, tuck, curl, curl till your arms are straight. Pushing all the time. Then flip palms to me. Then reach to me. Reach. Knees are out. Tuck back into the knees. Roll it up, tuck, tuck. Little finger drag. You keep those knees out. Keep knees out. Keep tailbone tucked till your little fingers at the hip joint. Then ribs up. Tail's tucked. You guys are. Tail tucked. Then ribs. Then head. Inhale, hunch, hands free. Lift ribs, reach down. Keep those knees out. Keep it tucked. Thumb back. Shoulder roll. That's 1, 2, 2 more. 3, 4. Mitten hands out to a V. Bend those knees, keep them out. Thumb back. Oh my, now keep those elbows straight, keep those knees out. We're gonna flop our hands trying to touch our thighs. Just do what you can, but ribs are up, ribs are up. Ready, here we go. Flop 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 5, 6, 7, 8, shake it out. Then sip water, and now spread out so we could do more sequencing and come down in the front if you need, because we're gonna continue with the power of posture and mindful movement. On the next way of increasing muscle activation and with using leverage is I'll use a towel or a napkin or something to where I can optimize to get my ribs up and to activate as I go through a full spinal roll. Now this is demonstrated in the book, The Menopause Thyroid Solution, but we'll go ahead and go through on here because having a towel or a napkin, anything to where you can create tension. So earlier we did pull the thumbs, so right now, toes are forward. We'll just get it to our bodies in alignment. Soften the knees, tuck it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, pull thumbs, ribs go up. 1, 2, 3, pull thumbs, ribs go up. Okay, so now with your towel right in front of you, just grab it. Make sure that your wrist and your elbow is in alignment and your thumbs are away. Thumb is away is for what? To keep the shoulders in the correct position. So from here, knees are out. Keep it activated at the groin. 1, 2, 3, try to pull your towel apart. Oh, and the ribs went right up. Feel that tension? Feel that activation? That's the way you can create it along your back. Burns back fat away. One of the things when you see people relax, when you look at before and after pictures at T-Tapp, you'll see how many people lose back fat, like faster than ever. So whenever you hear somebody say, oh, you can't target spot reduce, you can't just burn back fat, you have to reduce calories and do aerobic everywhere. Now you know the secret. If you activate the muscles in that area will burn fat more efficiently, so you can target tone. Okay, so from here, you use this. I want you to bring it behind your shoulder, behind your back. Make your wrist in alignment with your hip joints. Your wrist is in alignment with your hip joints, so that when you pull, your elbows are going to go back, and then your elbows will be in alignment as well. So soften the knees, back. Now 1, 2, 3, pull. Now feel that tension between the shoulder blades. It's more intense than when it was in the front. You don't have any chance of path of least resistance when you have this behind. So inhale, beer. Keep those knees out, especially your left one. That's where. So you use your hip joint of your left leg Think tuck and use your glute, and your knee will go, feel that? So it's not just at the knee, so you need to have it from there. So inhale here again. Exhale, keep pulling. Now pull to get those ribs up, tune into it. Now you're gonna try to lift it 4 times. Little lift, oh yeah. My elbows are bent. I see lots of straight people. Okay, so let's try it again. Bend the knees. Keep the elbows bent. You got your wrist right at the hip joint. Okay, tuck that tail. Lift your ribs. Keep the elbows bent. 1, 2, 3, pull. Feel the difference when the elbows are bent. Isn't it a little bit more intense? More intensity? That's why you never have to increase with T-Tapp. Now in T-Tapp, in the primary back stretch, I have it with the elbows straight. But I'm taking you to the next level so you understand how to optimize your shoulder turnout. So you keep the elbows bent, gives you more power because the muscles that attach at your elbow attach at your shoulder. Do you feel more of it? So while we're here and your eyes are getting big, that's why I'm doing this on purpose. This is taking away the inflammation because it's equally creating the muscle tension. So inhale big there. Exhale there. Keep it tucked. Keep ribs up. Now try to lift it 4 times. Lift 1. Oh my, 2. Yes, you can. 3, even if it's only in your brain. So when I say lift, it's not yes, 2, no. I see that path of least resistance. It's little lift, even if it's only in your brain. Even if you're only thinking it. You just think, little lift, and eventually you get the flexibility. Okay, now shake that out. Isn't that amazing? You could do this throughout the day and no one would even know. The other, instead of pulling, you can also pull and push. So bring it down lower. You've got your towel at kind of the base of the butt, right in the middle of the glutes. Bend it, tuck, curl, lift ribs. Now use you pull and push the towel against your body. Push. Feel the difference? There you go. So it gives you what works for you. Same thing, Joan. I want you to think to tuck, twist from the hip to help your knees shift out. There you feel the difference? And that'll work on the inside. All of this knees out also activates that knee pudge that happens on the inside of our knee. Get off the ball joint of the big toe and watch that fat pad melt away with knees out. So in here, inhale, exhale, and we're going to do a real big inhale. We're still pushing and pulling. And on the exhale, we're going to lift our ribs and straighten our arms down. Inhale, big hunch. Lift ribs. We're still pushing in. Reach straight down. So now we're straight down, but I can see in the front row, let me give you a back view, thumbs away, not thumbs in. Grab where the thumb is away in the pink. Grab where the thumb is away. You're still here. You're still here. You're grabbing your towel. I want you to grab your towel like this and this. Now you're there. Okay, gotcha. The first time, did you feel the difference? So everybody, because the body wants to go thumb in to pick up the gal energy. So you could feel the difference in rotation. Okay, so now I wanted to make sure your posture is really good. Now, bend it, tuck it, lift it. Our arms are straight. Elbows are straight, thumbs are away. Try to pull your towel apart and ribs come up. Little pump. 2, 3, 4. I have this to keep your ribs up because we're going to do a curl and scoop, then twist. So from here, you pull. I want you to curl, curl, pull, pull, curl, curl, curl the lower back. That should feel good. Feel that stretch that you're getting in your lower back because you're pulling on the towel. The knees stay out. Inhale there so you get the stretch of the curl. I'm just curling. Inhale, tucking and curling. Now you're going to scoop. Scoop out. Pull on the towel to arch. Pull on the towel. Feel the power? You get it from pulling on that. So inhale, tuck, curl. You don't even have to look up with the chin. Then exhale, scoop, look straight ahead. And you pull on the towel and your tailbone will go up higher. Feel that? Inhale, tuck, curl. Exhale, scoop it out. Keep knees out, tuck, curl. Bend deeper, knees out as you scoop. Inhale, tuck once more. Last time, scoop it out. Hold that there, tighten glutes, and let your arms swing. Let it swing. Knees out though, knees out, knees out. We're cleaning the floor at the same time. Knees out, knees out. Now hands on the kneecaps, hunch, hunch. Let those shoulders go up. Push, curl, hunching, hunching, hunching. Just da-da-da. Now looking down, inhale, push, curl all the way. From here, on the next exhale, you're going to hunch and then drop your towel, flip palms. So inhale, hunch, flip palms. Inhale, reach to knee, pull back in. Roll it up, tuck, tuck, little finger drags as you tuck and curl all the way. Hip joint, ribs, head. Inhale, hunch, hands free. Reach down, ribs up. Keep knees out, tucked. Thumb back. Shoulder roll. 2, 3, 4. Mitten hands out to a V. Thumb back. Pump it out. Knees are out. It's pump. 2, 3. Keep those elbows stiff and straight. 2, 3. Last time. Shake that out. Now don't move your feet. Right there. Most everyone has gone into a path of least resistance, so I can finally point out what I mean about always checking your hip stance. Some of you think you have really big hips. Okay, toes are forward. Most people have done that. I've even wiggled out a little bit, so I don't want you to think like, oh, I've done it wrong. No, T-Tapp is never wrong. It's to your best ability, because T-Tapp's very progressive, and you'll get better and stronger. So from here, where you're at, bend knees, tuck, lift. Now here comes the part where you'll find out the path of least resistance. On a count of 3, I want you to push your knees out and tune in right here. 1, 2, 3, knees out. Tune in. Tune in what's happening here. Here. 3, 4, relax. Wiggle your foot in to where it's only 1 mitten hand apart. Wiggle it in. Toes are forward. Right there. Bend it. Tuck. Lift. Now tune in. Right here again. On a count of 3, knees are going to go out. 1, 2, 3, knees out. Do you feel the difference? How much more ab activation? How much more gluten hip pad? Second roll of fat activation, groin. Feel that? Because you get greater pads, but the body always goes for path of least resistance. So relax, and always throughout when you're doing your method of movement, recheck the stance. Get a sip of water and we'll come right back. In Senior Fit, I do water breaks after every single move. See, water breaks aren't, because it helps you hydrate. So all of you are going to be at different levels of fitness and different levels of inflammation and different levels of thyroid dysfunction. Basically, the more inflammation, or if you're having an adrenal flare-up, you drink more water, because water literally helps you flush the inflammation away, especially when you use T-Tapp method. Okay, with the towel of using it for activation, let me show you what I was just informed in the back row. I already said how no on thumbs into the middle. Okay, let's go where it's actually correct. Wrist is at the hip. Okay, thumbs are away. I said bend, tuck, lift, and then I said I wanted you to pull. Just trying to pull apart to create the tension. So it's a pull and sustain the tension. A lot of you were going, you were pulling and twisting the wrist. And then when we had it straight, when I said bend, tuck, lift those ribs, you're straight down, and I want straight down and pull. The thumbs are to the side and you're pulling. I don't want this. When you create wrist rollout, you create muscle imbalance at the shoulder, because one wrist is going to be able to turn out more than the other, because we use dominance of always writing with one hand. So one hand is going to be stronger in the muscles than the other. We tend to do, we always turn the doorknob with the same hand. We brush our teeth with the same hand. So the muscles in that hand are going to be stronger. So when you try to add a wrist turnout, you're going to change how it activates in your shoulders. So you just want sustained tension. So let's just do it once so you can feel the difference, and we'll keep the, most people do turnout when they do straight arms. So let's do it with straight arms down so you can feel the difference. So toes are forward, bend, tuck, lift your ribs. Now, hands behind, wrist aligned with your hips, thumbs are away, lift ribs, straighten, arms down. Nothing's pulling. Don't pull on it yet. Just you just literally place the arms down. Don't pull yet. Your thumbs are away. You're bent, you're tucked, and your ribs are up. Your arms are straight. Now on a count of 3, pull. 1, 2, 3, pull. Do you feel the difference in your shoulders? Do you feel the difference on the shoulders? So for those of you who were doing the rollout, this will help you balance the imbalance in your shoulders so that you equally have the shoulders of strength and flexibility, because a lot of us get like this when we get older. Because we're always carrying the purse on the one shoulder or the attaché case. So by this type of movement and pumping helps you balance out strength and flexibility. Okay, shake that on out. Okay, so From here, the others you can get from the book because there's a whole sequence of using the towel. I want to move into some core and to knees. A lot of times people have inflammation in their feet and knee issues. And when they have knee issues, they have more inflammation in their feet because of the knee issues, because lymph that is sluggish settles down. It settles out into your fingers and into your feet. That's why as you get older, you'll notice your rings get tighter or your feet swell at the end of the day. That means your lymph is sluggish and it's kind of settling at the ends of the extremities. So that's why I created some DVDs called Finger and Foot Fitness. And so we'll get a little of this today so you can experience how body alignment, the power of posture to activate more muscles equally in your fingers and feet are the same. So you already learned about toes up. Right now we've got to get the inflammation out, and we do that by little kicks, lift. Throughout the workout, sometimes people go, well, why is she doing this? It's just killing time. I'm just going to leave it and drink. There is a purpose and reason for every single thing within the sequence of T-Tapp workouts. That's why the book is so great, because you can read about it and not have to watch. And so T-Tappers, as they call themselves, the more you get into T-Tap, you'll say, oh no, here she goes. She's having us do the little finger this and the little toe doing this on the cross, because there is a reason for everything. Right now, everyone's feet should feel kind of tired and inflamed a little bit, right? Okay, so that's why I did it on purpose. I wanted you to feel how powerful little kicks are and lifts. So I'm going to have you come forward with the toes, bend those knees, tuck that tail, lift ribs, knees out. Just put your hands out to the side. Okay, so the thumbs are out to the side, keeping the ribs up. And when you do little kick, the other knee still has to stay bent. That's going to be weird. Okay, it's going to feel weird at first, but you want to pull the mind and muscle activation. So here we go. Little kick, knee bent, little kick, knee bent. That's 3, 4 more. Little kick, keep ribs up, keep that tailbone. Don't you feel the feet getting better? Last time for 4, 3, and it's 2. Now you're going to lift the knee. Lift knee, lift knee. Keep the thumbs to the side, lift knee. Think about point as you lift. Point, straight up, aiming at the hip, not dancing. It's straight, release. Now feel what's happening in your feet. Aren't they tingly? Aren't the whole leg tingly? That's not just circulation tingle with greater nutrients going in. It's also lymph being stimulated, so more trash is going out. Makes sense? Now think about it. One of the best ways of getting lymphatic is rebounders. Okay? But we can't always take a rebounder to work. So that's where the T-Tapp method helps you sneak it in. Being able to do, you just go into the bathroom area and you have to have the ribs up though, you have to have the knee bent, and you have to have the tailbone tucked. Why? More mind to muscle, more nerve transmission, more lymph doing it. So when you're doing it, you're empowering the kicks. Versus when you straighten the knee, you can't tuck and activate and keep the power all the way down. Okay, now I also involve, like when you clap, also involves the ability to get inflammation out of hands. So some of you might have like arthritis in the hand or carpal tunnel, okay, areas where there's more increase of inflammation. So we have in the finger fitness where I use body alignment, but the same little kicks, obviously you can't kick, so I do things to be able to get inflammation out. So let's try a body alignment from the Finger and Foot Fitness DVD. It's when we've seen people where they stretch fingers, right, and try to stretch out. But you want to use leverage muscle activation, so you're going to use your thumb right over the joint. You can do one or both at the same time. I'm going to do one just so that it's demonstrated, and then you can repeat on the other. But you can do both at the same time. You put your thumb on top of that knuckle so that you can push the knuckle to lift the finger up as high as you can. Okay, versus if I just said I want you to lift up your finger, you'll go out of alignment. You push down and pull up. Now you're draining out from the joint where it attaches. Do you feel it? It gives you a nice stretch. And the other fingers are trying to stretch up as high as you can. So you push 2, 3. Middle 2, 3, push down as you lift up the fingertip. It's kind of cute, everybody goes. Kinetic awareness. Okay, just soften your knees so you don't get big bellies. Other knuckle, push down, lift up, push down as you lift up. It isn't just lifts. And now the little finger. Oh, it's harder on that one for me because one's broken, so it looks crooked. Push, lift it up. I spanked my horse, only I got hurt. Okay, then back to the next. You push up, 2, 3. Middle 2, 3. Do you feel that? Front 2, 3. Now the next one, for those who really have an issue like carpal tunnel and inflammation, you add the inhale, exhale. Why? Because it's lymphatic. So push, inhale, exhale. Next, push, inhale, exhale. Push, inhale, exhale. Last one, push, inhale, and exhale. Then you shake that out. Then you pick whatever hand you want, but we're going to do a karate chop. Okay, so right in front of you means you put your hand right in the V, karate chop in. Okay, and so that is where you can put your thumb on the back of the knuckles to pull it back. Everybody follow? So soften the knees. So you karate chop in, pick whatever hand, you turn it, and then you use your fingers to stretch that back. You have the thumb in the back so you can maintain alignment so you're not doing this. Okay, you're using the thumb for leverage muscle activation to push to stretch, just to get an extended stretch through that. Feel the difference? With a glee thumb. Stretch the thumb out. So push to stretch. Exhale there. Then you're going to let that bend in, and you use the knuckles to go into the other hand. Understand what I do? So now we're going to stretch the alignment, so you're going to lift up your fingers as I drag, pull the back of my hand. I'm going to go push with the heel of the thumb. I'm pushing. Do you feel how you squish the back of your hand and you push in the fingers? And why? Don't you see how I optimize the alignment of my fingers? I push. Now I've got really straight knuckle to finger alignment, and I'm dragging the back of that because this is where it's all lymph, where you hold all those toxins from medication. So pull, squish. Now inhale. You're stretching that thumb. Exhale. Then now we reverse it back. Chop. Use that thumb to pull back and stretch, stretching the thumb out. Now exhale there. Now comes the part that really works for those who get inflammation in the forearm. Okay, so you're extended there. Push on the thumb to straight. Remember, we're not doing this. Just push to stretch. Now, it hurts a little bit. Okay, so if you want to pull as you extend the thumb out and try stretch up and over, and you're going to feel that right through that forearm. Feel that? 2, 3, back out. Yes, you can. Inhale. Inflammation away. Try it again as we stretch. Thumb up and over. Back out once more. Up and over. Back out last time. Inhale. Exhale. Shake it out. Now from here, you go shake, shake. You grab your fingers, interlock. Wiggle, wiggle. Doesn't that feel good? Now from here, you push thumbs to me. You reach out. Now you try to stretch out. 2, 3, bend elbows. Exhale. You turn thumbs to me. You turn them out, just best as you can. 2, 3, shake, shake. Then you go back to that hand. So push front, inhale, exhale, middle, exhale, ring, exhale, little, exhale, shake it out. Then you do the other one. Chop, pull back, inhale, exhale. So even though I'm tilted forward, is your weight on your little toes, or are you on your ball joint? There, feel that relief in the lower back? Now you're going to bring it in, chop. See, you always have to think about the whole body. Even though we're working on the fingers, think about your feet. Squish, stretching fingers up. Squish. Inhale there, exhale there. Now fold them back, stretch, inhale. Now exhale, hold it there. Now you pull up and over, back out. Up and over, back out. Up and over, back out. Shake it out. And fingers interlock, ring them. Shake, shake, back five. Soften the knee, tuck that tail. Push, inhale. Exhale. Push, inhale. Exhale. Push, inhale. Exhale. Less little. And exhale. Shake, shake. Now, feet feel better. Fingers feel better. I'll show you a clap sequence. Toes are forward. We bend, push, tuck, lift ribs, knees out. Push your belly, keep it tucked. Push belly till the thumb's away. Is it level? Elbow level. Just thumbs pointing to the back. You just fold the fingers. Don't make a fist. Boy, you guys are intense. You're going. I'm like, whoa. Just fold the fingers, glee thumb, tuck, tuck. I know you're trying 200%. Out to the other side, thumb back, fold the fingers. Now from here, you're going to push elbows to me, pull thumbs back, and make them level. Okay, we got power of posture. Everybody's ribs up. Hold it there. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the tail tucked. Keep the knees out. Now nothing moves but the hands to clap. So keep the ribs up. We're going to clap and go right back to here. Here we go. Clap, thumbs back. 2 and back. 3. Hold it there. Bend deeper. Keep the thumbs back. Retuck. Ribs up. And here we go, repeat. It's clap, it's 1, 2, and back, 3, and hold the 4, bend deeper, retuck, and lift. Now we're gonna kick. Remember, knee stays bent. Little kick, little kick, little kick. Now lift that up with the point. It's point and point, heel aligned with hip. There you go. Sip water. The secret to a healthy metabolism is knowing how to use your body in alignment and how to activate more muscles during the movement of that. And then you have a healthy metabolism regardless of what's going on or how much you're working out. You're using quality movement. Instead of quantity, it's quality. Okay? So while we have on that, we'll do one more example. So for everybody, because problematic knees, I saw 2/3 of you. Stairs are scary. Yes? Oh, got to go up the stairs. Oh, and then also, it's hard when you have lots of inflammation in your body. You tend to let your ribs go down as you go up the stairs, and you hold on to the railing. Okay, so right now, we're going to superimpose stairs. So everybody where you're at, we'll do it a traditional, and then I'll show you how to use the T-Tapp method. So traditional, you step on the step. Okay, it's like we stepped up. On a count of 3, you're going to lift your other knee because we're stepping up to the next step. 1, 2, 3, step up. And now we're on the next step. And we tune in as to what we felt on the knee. Okay, now we drive. Now we got the mechanics. So tune in. I want everybody, apples to apples, will think the ribs are up. Okay, so we step on our step. And we go 1, 2, 3, knees up to the next step. You felt what it was. One more time, the regular, then we'll do a T-Tapp method. So we step on the step. 1, 2, 3, we step up to the next step, back down. Okay, when you step up, you're usually with the knee still bent. It doesn't straighten all of the way, it just straightens a little bit. So now we're going to do it to the T-Tap way. You step on that step. Before you do anything, that knee goes out. Okay, now as you step up to the next step, you keep thinking knee out as you go up. 1, 2, 3, knee out as you step up and down. Try it again. Feel the difference? I'm not even saying toes forward. Even if you step on a step, a lot of people step up steps like a duck. Don't even worry about your toes, it's more about the knee. So you step on that step, okay, knee is out before you even put your body weight into that knee. 1, 2, 3, knee is out as you step up to the next one. Feel how much easier on the knees it is? Because you're keeping the knee out activated, so your whole knee to hip is activated as it lifts the whole body weight versus that you've got your knee in and now you're putting your weight all on your knee. The same principle as what we did going down to the floor. Knees out activates from knee to hip. It protects the knee because more muscles are activated, so it's not supporting the weight. So the next way to strengthen your knees, as I teach in T-Tap more, is lunges. Oh, scary. I can't do lunges because I have it. So here's how you do it. Body alignment. One toe forward, your other toe pointed to the side. You only soften the knee, and you're only going to be shoulder width. We're not doing lunges out here. We're doing the muscle activation of lunges. So you just step out slightly. Your shoulders are up, ribs are up. You soften your knee so your knee is over the ankle. Knee over the ankle, other toe forward. This leg is straight, this knee is bent. Now, push against your legs, mitten chop, push, lift those ribs. Now keep pushing, tuck that tail. Then re-push ribs. Now everything's activated in your upper body, right? So from here, go ahead and put your pocket. From here, push and that rib stays up. Now you're using the pocket to push, to keep that rib up while we have this pushing on the leg. Now push that knee back. Now use your mitten to push your shoulder forward. Oh, do you feel like everything's activated? You're tucked, you're lifted, your shoulders are square, and your knee's going that way. Now you're only going to go down. Keep pushing. Never relax the push because that's helping your posture power. It's helping you keep your metabolism high. You bend knees to the toe, just to the end of the toe. Now as you come up, you're going to tuck, 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 and keep pushing the knee out harder, and keep pushing your pocket and your mitten. Here we go. It's push, tuck, tuck, push, push, tuck, tuck, tuck. At the top, you turn to the edge of foot, back down, shoulder square. Curl it, tuck, 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 tuck. As you go to the edge of foot, no ball joint, big toe, knee is straight but turned out, back down, edge of foot. Feel the difference. You should really feel it back of the butt. Last, it's tuck, tuck, push, push the mitten in your chop. At the top, tuck, higher, 2, 3, 4. Once more. It's tuck, tuck, push your mitten. Shoulders are up, tail is tucked at the edge of foot, 2, 3, knee, ankle. Toe forward. Ha, other side. Do you feel like you worked everything around your glutes, your belly, and did you feel how your knee wasn't hurting, but you're making it stronger? You feel it? Let's try the other side. Toe is forward, fan your stand. And then when you get really advanced, you can do this in a traditional lunge, using the mutton chop in the pocket and the knee out, but you don't have to. Okay, now on this side, for people who are like, I just had knee surgery and I have nuts and bolts in my knees and ankles, kind of like my friend Lisa. She can't go through the airport because it goes because she has a bionic knee and ankle. Okay, so when you have really problematic on that area, then you just focus even more. So here we go. Think about shoulders are forward. We've got our pocket. Pocket pushes up. Mitten chop pushes up. Now we're pushing on both sides to keep the ribs up equally. Okay, our tail is tucked. We push that in position. Keep the knee out. Now if you have bionic knees and ankles with screws, you tilt away. So as you go down, you've got even more body weight off that knee. Feel the difference? Keep the knee out, keep the shoulder square. Here we go. Tuck, tail, curl, 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 push your pocket, push your mitten chop at the top. Tuck, lift, higher, twisting, edge of foot, back down, edge of foot, no ball joint. Tuck, 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 bring that shoulder to me, more, more. There you go, lift the ribs through your field, that's it. Back down, always push here, thumb is out. That's it, now feel it. Push, push, tuck, 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 feel the shoulder, back at the top, curl, lift, 2, 3, back down. One more time. Tuck, push, you've got to keep your shoulders square. You're curling your core and tucking that tail in down. Relax, toe front, bring it in. Now your feet are tired, right? You can feel your hips, you can feel your glutes, you can feel the muscles wrap around. Let's clap it away. So here we go. Ribs up first. Too wide, not too far. Bend it, good. Tuck, curl it, lift, knees out. Push your belly, thumb away. Keep the knees out. Thumb away. Are they level? Ready. Elbow forward. Thumb back. Now clap for 4. It's clap in back. Keep it tucked. Keep those knees out. Hold it there. It's bend. Retuck. Now lift in little kicks. Knee bent with a kick. 2, 2 more. 3 for a total of 4. Now lift with a point. 2, 3, 4. Sip water. In my book, Fit and Fabulous in 15 Minutes, there's a DVD that comes in the back, and it's a secret to a flat stomach. Well, and it's called Organs in Place Half Frog Sequence. I know that's a really weird name, but I go, how do I name how to do this? Because half frog means it's like a frog kick when you swim, but it's a half frog because your knees stay bent. Okay, organs in place, we're not manipulating organs, but what we're doing, we're helping to reverse what gravity pulls down, which is what happens in your neck with neck issues. It's also what happens in lower back. Okay, so well, I'll give you both, since I had about half the room here with lower back issues, half with upper, and I bet half of those were probably both. So let's go to the lower back. Bend the knees, because you already have gotten some of this. Okay, tuck, curl, and tilt on over. Here we go with the mittens. Chop, chop, chop at the groin. Okay, we're doing that so we're increasing mind to muscle transmission. Okay, and you'll see how I do it differently in the book. It's a little bit different. This is a standing. Okay, so you chop, chop first to get a little kinetic touch activation. Now you're going to inhale and push in. Now hold it there, exhale. Now you're pushing in. You feel the muscles activated in your back, right? Which is lifting those ribs. But you're also pushing the organs that tend to settle on each side of your groin. You know, abdominal spread. Now on the next exhale, keep pushing in. It's a straight mitten chop. You're going to push the heels of your hands together as you're pushing in. So inhale big, squish heels of hands together. Now some of us are going to have more to squish here, but we're actually just pushed what's out, tying it to the middle, right? Keep pushing in. Inhale, but push fingers in deep now. Now tuck, tail, curl, press, press, press. Everything's going up into the rib cage. You're pressing up, Okay, there's nothing down here because it's all up in your ribs. You might not be able to speak. Get the ribs up as high as you can. Now that's probably the flattest your stomach has been in who knows how long and how many babies ago, right? Now, but you're using your hands to hold it here. Okay, so while you're here, we're going to tilt our upper bodies to the side, which means that opposite knee really has to stay out. So keep pushing here. Here we go for 3 counts up on 4. Head 2, tilt, nothing but the upper body. Keep pushing in. 1, 2, 3, push, lift. Keep knees out. Knee out, tilt. 2, 3, push up, ready, repeat. It's tilt, 2, 3, push up, ready, once more. It's over, 2, 3, push up. Here we go, last time. It's 4, 2, 3, push up. Now you keep pushing, but pop the elbows. Ribs go up higher each time. Keep those knees out, keep pushing. That belly's still not able to drop. Here we go. Push elbows up, push it up, push it up. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, tilt, knees go out and shake it out. Okay, so now we're going to chop, chop, and do back out on the other side. Knees are out, chop, chop. Push in, squish heels to hands. Push fingers, tuck, curl, press it up, press it up, press it up, press it up, press it up. Keep it pressed and the ribs are up. Set that knee, tilt that way. Here we go. Head tilts, 2, 3, push up. Ready, repeat. It's tilt, 2, 3, and up. Ready, 2 more. Keep the head over as well and shoulders nice and square. Pushing in that belly, tucking up now, little pop. Pop those elbows back and ribs go up higher each time. 1, 2, 3, push those knees go out. Shake, shake. Here we go. Chop, chop. Push in. Squish. Push fingers. Tuck, curl, press. Set those ribs. Set those knees. Tilt single counts. Here we go. Push over, tuck. That's 1, 2, 2 more. Nothing moves but upper body, knees and tailbone tuck. Now pop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, tilt and shake it out. Ooh, feel that inflammation go away. Chop, chop, push in, squish heels, push fingers, tuck, curl, set those ribs, set that knee. Here we go, single counts. Tilt, tuck, push up, keep that tailbone, ribs up, use those fingers, push it up. Last time and pop, pop it. Last time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Tilt, knees up. Shake, shake. Great. So here we go. It's bend, tuck, curl, push, lift, knees out. Now push in your belly. Ooh, feel that. Ooh, feel those forearms. That's all that inflammation. Ribs up, thumbs and elbows forward, thumbs come back. Ready, clap it away. It's clapping back, 2 and back, 3, 4 more, 5, 6, 7, hold the 8. Should feel better. Bend deeper, retuck, lift. Now we'll kick. You're going to feel it at first. Here we go. Kick, knee bent. 2, 3, 4 more for 8, 5. Keep that knee bent. Now lift it high. Lift belly flat. Heel tip it. Point, 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 and sip water. Primary back stretch is in my book, Fit and Fabulous in 15 Minutes, 15 pages it takes to teach primary back stretch. Of the 15 pages, 7 of those are for the upper neck with all of the head sequencing, because primary back stretch is the one move that automatically puts your body in alignment. And when I had it tested at Cooper, it increased the metabolism 5 to 7%, which lasted about 3 hours, just by doing this 3-minute move, which is really a stretch to help your body be aligned and ready for whether you're walking or doing another workout, doing T-Tapp, or nothing else but just starting your day. It's the move I got credit when I was working in kinesiology because of my own back is what keeps me pain-free in its natural chiropractic alignment. I'm not going to go through on the first part of it. We already did a variated version of it earlier, but let's do the second part of it, which all focuses on the neck, since that's where our thyroid is, on everything in keeping strength and flexibility and better body alignment on your spine, on your neck. Okay, so here we go. We go back to our alignment. Toe is forward. So this you'll do in your sleep after today. Bend it, tuck it, lift it, knees are out. Okay, now I want you just to grab behind. I'm going to give you a variation. Okay, so those that are T-tappers are going to go, ooh, because this is kind of what's in senior fit. is that your toes are forward, and as you're tucked, you push your little finger, you press your thumb, your fingers in the middle are locked, so as you try to pull them apart, that's what pulls the ribs up. Understand? So you're pressing little finger, you're pressing thumb, you pull, the ribs are up, then you press the heels of the hands together. They're hollow in the middle, but your elbows are bent. Okay? So from here, and your ribs are up, and you've got that position, your neck is now totally free and protected. Feel your head? Because your head just rests on top. So if you're fully activated from your shoulders to your spine, that's why T-Tapp is safe for people with cervical issues, slip discs, whatever is because now you're protecting your neck but keeping your shoulder tension, all the muscles that attach from your shoulder to your spine and upper body all the way up the neck. Okay, and some of you are like, can you hurry up? Because already my hands are numb, right? So shake it out. But that's what we need, and we'll do a break in between to get rid of the inflammation, but that's what's going to protect us to do what I'm going to have you do. So trust me, as long as you keep your knees bent and your butt tucked, you're safe, okay? So who is it that has neck issues? So I could see? Okay. Bend, tuck, lift, grab behind. Interlock, little finger press, thumb press, pull those ribs up, press those heels of the hands together, reset those ribs. Now you're going to pump for 4, even if it's only in a thought. Little lift, little lift, little lift, little lift. Now from here, lift the ribs, chin down. Hold it there, inhale big. Roll it to your left side. Ribs are up, ribs are up. Shake out the tension. Now set those ribs up, inhale there. Ribs up as you come to the middle. Keep ribs up, tail tucked, keep tail tucked. Keep looking down, inhale there. Lift ribs, tuck tail as you go to the other side. Shake out the tension. So we're not looking up here, there's no money up there. We're not looking down here, there's no money there. You look at me, so you're getting the side of your neck. So we don't want to stretch, we want nice neutral for the thyroid. We want it neutral. So you're getting right here, feel the difference? So ribs are up, shake out that tension. Inhale, back to the middle. Inhale, other side. Shake out. It's like you're draining the earwax out of your ear. Your ear is aiming at your shoulder so that you're totally lymphatically stretching the opposite side because the weight of your head is doing it. From here, you're going to do an exhale, ribs up all the way. Keep the knees bent, pushed out for protection. Inhale big. All the way. Ribs up. Shake out. Inhale there. Last one. Ribs up all the way. Now to the center. Ribs up. Pump 1. You can. 2. 2 more. 3. 4. Shake it out. Shake out knees. Shake out knees. And it has to be above your chest. Hands up here. Gets rid of inflammation. You know how you can tell how much? Relax on here. I'll show you a secret for modeling. Oh, no, that's a new one. But that'll show you how important it is if you have inflammation in your hands to be above the heart. Because as we get older, since I used to work in the fashion industry, and we all of a sudden they don't want you when you start to get veins on the back of your hands. See how my veins, can you see from where you're at? Because I have thin skin. See how I have veins on the back of my hand? So if you're like me, because you know I'm in my 50s now and you have that, there's this secret how you do for pictures. And so all it is you go, tune into how my hands look now. You just go hands above the heart, 2, 3, 4. Now look when I put my hands down and you see if you see a difference. Do I have veins on the back of my hands? Veins up, get rid of that. Back down, my hands are just perfect. This takes away the inflammation, helps the blood flow go on down, helps the lymph, because remember, lymph needs muscle to move, and lymph moves down. So if you've got inflammation down in here and it's hurting, you just put it up here and shake it out, and the inflammation's away. Make sense? And now you also know how to take a pretty picture without veins. Okay, so back to our thing. Let's finish the second part. Toes are forward, ribs up first, then bend, tuck, lift, set knees. Okay, grab behind again. Oh, yes, you can. Thumb, little finger, pull those ribs up, press those heels to lift those ribs. Got to do little pump, keep it up. Little tuck all the time in 2, 3, 4. Okay, here comes that tall with the head. And to get your head up taller, to stretch the spine, you pull on the fingers to help you get it up there. Leverage activation, up tall. Now from here, we're going to tilt to the left, ear, ear. Don't look at any money on the floor, nothing's on the ceiling. Hang it there, inhale. Exhale, shake out the tension. Now keep it taut. Now bend a little more, curl that tailbone under. There you go, that protects. Now you're going to use and try to pull the fingers apart to help you get your head up tall. So it reaches up like somebody's pulling the top of your head over to the other side, and just tilt. Now, some of us usually have one side that's less flexible than the other, because you're always looking over the same shoulder to do a back, to pull out of your driveway or to park, right? Lift ribs, shake out, chin down, lift up, and other side. 1, 2, 3, it's tilt. 1, 2, 3, it's tilt. 1, 2, 3, once more. 1, 2, 3, last time, center pump. 2, 3, 4, shake it out. Don't worry, we'll clap it away. Now, here we go. Bend, tuck, lift, knees out. Thumb away, elbow forward, and clap for 4. Here we go. Keep tail tucked, keep ribs up. 3, hold the 4. Shake that out. Now we'll go to the last part of PBS. Bend, tuck, lift, set knees. Grab behind, little finger, thumb, interlock those fingers. Pull ribs are up. Press heels of hands hollow. Ribs are up. Little pump. 2, 3, 4. Lift up tall as you can, keeping your head level. Chin stays down, and you look over to the side just the best as you can. Now from here, you're going to inhale really big, and on the exhale, you're going to try to turn your head a little bit more. So here we go. Inhale big. Exhale, try to turn it further. Good. Now lift up tall. As we slowly go other side, keep the tailbone tucked and tailbone curled under. Keep it curled under, and only to your best as you can. Inhale there, big, stretch those ribs. Exhale, pull the fingers as you can go further. Now bend a little deeper, keep it tucked. We're going to go slow. 1, 2, 3, slow turn. Use your fingers to help you do it. 1, 2, 3, pull, turn. Now we do a little quicker. 1, 2, 3, look quick. 1, 2, 3, look quick. 1, 2, 3, yes you can. 1, 2, 3, last time, center. Little lift. 2, 3, 4. On a count of 3, tilt. 1, 2, 3, tilt, knees are out. And shut it, swing. 2, knees out. 3. This is the best part, right? 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Hands on kneecaps. Push your weight in the knees, let your shoulders hunch up to the ears. Let that tension and inflammation go away. Now look at your feet. Make sure you're only 1 mitten hand apart, not too full wide, because as we roll up, we want to make sure we use our abs equally. So remember, we're going to push curl on the exhale. So looking down, you're hunching, inhale. We exhale, tuck, push, curl. Now looking down, your weight's over the heels. Your knees is over the heels. You're pushing in the knees. Don't just hang it there. Push. That helps the lower back. Now inhale there. Push on the knees, but shift. Now the knees are over ankles. Inhale here. You're going to let go, but tuck your tail a little more. Tuck, hunch. Flip palms. Inhale, reach out. Tuck, pull it in. Roll it up. Little finger drags along the side tuck, tailbone, and then you're at the hip. Then ribs come up, then head. Inhale, hunch, tuck. Keep knees out, reach down. Thumb goes back, shoulder roll. 2, 3, 4, mitten hands out. Thumb back, bend deeper, keep it out. Now pump with the ribs up. Here we go. Pump 1, 2. Let them hit those thighs with the ribs up. Gets rid of inflammation and shake it out. Sip water. Because when you feel like your arms are going numb, what makes you get pins and needles, like when you cross legs and all that, right, is that you're pinching off, you're cutting off a nerve transmission or something going on there. So I want to be able to help you on that. I'm going to have you face on the back, so then they're going to be from the side, or from the side, because everybody can see like where her shoulder is and everything she's doing. So bend it, tuck it, lift those ribs. Now, heel of the hands together if you can. Now, straighten as to what you're doing, and you were telling me no, hold it there. So now, as she's completely straight, and you were saying that both arms were going numb, or one more than the other? Yeah. Okay, general numbness. Okay, lift up those ribs, because you're there. Number 1, she was this way. Okay, when those shoulders are even rolled, that's when you're going to have. So did you feel the difference, how much more your ribs came up? Now, the other thing is that her shoulder Now, it's not that she's doing it wrong. Okay, let's get that really clear. T-Tapp's so progressive, but then that's why a trainer's so helpful. And that's also why we offer unlimited free 1-800 text support, email support, free forum support, and the trainers help when they're posting on there. Because you can learn a lot just from others. So from here, bend, tuck, so lift those ribs. Now from here, it's because of her strength and flexibility is going to be different than mine. Straighten those elbows. I'm going to do it right at the same time as you. Tuck, lift, hands together, hands together. Okay, she's here. See where my shoulders are? Now watch my shoulders, and then I'm going to leave her where she's at because I want her to she's getting numb. Watch, she's going, please hurry. It is. Okay, now watch, see my arms are straight, right? My shoulders are back aligned with my hips. Okay, now watch what I do when I take activation of my shoulder. I hardly move. I didn't move my ribs. Watch what I just did. I used the muscles at my shoulder to turn those shoulder stone back. Now she doesn't have the same strength and flexibility that I have. So then a trainer, as they were here, they see that they kind of, hopefully my hands aren't too cold. So then I would come on here to help. Are you bent? Are your ribs up? As I go, okay, now I'm going to assist your shoulder rotation. Okay, relax, relax. Don't let me, she's going, oh, I can do the elbow. It's that she can't. See how quick she did the elbows in? But the shoulder didn't move, right? So ribs up as high as you can. Tuck, curl that, tuck, yeah, tuck that spine. I got to have the whole spine in. So from here, I'm going to use this, and you're going to feel the turn. I'm going to help your muscles here. I'm touching here, so the mind to muscle touch. Okay, leverage, activation, touch. So she feels that this is what we're going to use on those muscles to help this rotate out. So I'm going to grab to where I have what this would be her elbow, where she has ribs up. You're looking down, look straight ahead. As we go from here, watch where I go. She's going to feel on here, then I come in here. Now, I almost got it, arm straight, go, let them go straight. Okay, now feel, right there, there. Now feel that right here on each side. And she eyeballs are really big. Then I have, see how the hand came apart because I'm helping? Now try to press the hands together. Oh, yes. Now really big inhale. Oh, my. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm going to let go. So now you turn mind to movement. You're going to focus to keep it as tight as you can. Don't let those hands come apart. And hold it there. Use your muscles. Use your muscles. Tune in. Tune in. Tune in. It's little pump. Here we go. Little pump. Little pump. Little pump. And now shake it out. But see how much more. Thank you. But see, you have to see in order to understand, and that's where now, because she just went through that, as she goes back down, she'll be able to grab, pull up, and tug twist more than what she's done before because she's got the mind to muscle nerve sensation, and then you can duplicate it, which is what we do over the phone. My staff all day just goes, okay, now I want you to put the phone down, and you're going to bend, tuck, lift. Okay, and come back on if you tell me if you hear the difference. I mean, I've done radio interviews taking exercises. Crazy, but you can understand now how it can be, but there's nothing like a trainer when you get a chance to do like a live class. Actually. And then to give you a visual, because everybody felt how much they could push in, curl, and the belly's flat. And I've made jokes about being on TV where, you know, people say you can't spot reduce, but all I know is every time I see a man or there's a group of men, you can watch a pretty girl walk by, and all of them will spot reduce their bellies within 4 to 6 inches. And it literally will show. Okay, so that muscle activation. So people know that when you stand tall, you can suck in your abdominal. Okay, and you learned about ribs up, just shift shoulders back. Ribs up makes waist go in. Okay, tuck makes belly go in. Ribs up makes waist go in. Okay, I know I have like a loose tank top, so I'll try to see if we can show this on demonstration. Because I have I'm a long torso, so I have a smaller waist. But as we age or we let our posture compromise, that even though I'm small in the waist, and my knees are soft and my shoulders are back, but you know, you can let your ribs settle in. Okay, my shoulders are still back in alignment. Okay, I'm in alignment. My tail is tucked enough to activate belly. Belly's not pooching. And you would think, but you notice as people go into their 50s or 60s, they start to just get thicker in the middle. And so I look thicker in the middle, right? I mean, not real thick, but you know what I'm saying. It's very subtle. But just watch, and I'll give each side. So I use my tug, keep the saddlebags in. But now watch as you tune in to my waist when I go ribs up. See how much more in the torso? There's Barry. We'll get Barry in there. So here versus, see, I didn't go hump. I'm not over, it's just very subtle. I kept the posture, if shoulders back, but when I think ribs up, like that whole neck thing that we were talking about, look how much more trim, how much taller, how much thinner I am, not just for visibly on a photo, but I am versus here. All I did was let the ribs go down and look how much thicker versus up. So if nothing else, at this seminar, I'm going to have everybody learn to think posture, power. Look how much more, and that's how you keep youth. That's anti-aging, but also that's how you keep your metabolism working, because it takes muscles to keep the ribs up, it keeps the lats, gives you the ability to get more oxygen, more blood flow, more muscles are activated, so you're burning glucose, which keeps the blood sugar down, which keeps the inflammation away as you're moving that. See how it all interlocks? It's so much more than just calorie burning. If people understand weight loss is not about X amount of calories in, X calorie you burn, that's how you lose weight. I go, but we're an endocrine system of adrenals and thyroid and lymphatic, and it's so much, but it's so easy once you have the power. So ribs up, and then when you're tired, you just kind of go knit and chop up, or just a little press up. And I'm at the kitchen counter and I go press it up, and Barry, come on up because we're going to show how much, because now I'm a long neck, skinny face. You know, it's like everybody has, but you know, and I've lived all over the world, and I used to work in the fashion industry. So I used to live in Hamburg, Germany, like a good 17 weeks out of the year, because that's all the catalog houses. So I used to book Otto Versan and various on that. Well, the Germans, they have rounder faces and shorter necks. And Barry's a little German. Brandenstein, I know that's her married name, but she's also German heritage is within, mixed in, because we're all mutts, and I get into that on personal profile. It's on my regular 15-minute workout. You learn all about that. But Barry's a short torso, long leg, and I'm a long torso, short leg. Okay, and I'm 53 years young, and Barry's 83 years young. She looks pretty good. I like those legs. Okay, so earlier when Lisa pointed out that everybody uses one body type for the wrists, we're trying to help get things to do. Barry is always like, she likes to use her chin to help her get through a movement. We were talking this earlier, and I go, where's Barry? And you weren't here. You were helping. You were helping.
I knew it was going to happen.
So anyway, Barry's with me in the new Senior Fit. We're still filming because it's going to be like a whole series, although we're going to have downloads on our website in the next week or two, so you get to see part of it on. But I want you to see her visually. What we're going to do is, okay, so let me demonstrate. On the body types, basically when I said short torso earlier, we were talking about if you have less rib to hip, it's harder to have that flat belly because there's less room for all the organs to spread on out. It's easier for me to maintain a flat belly, whereas Barry is just immediately rib to hip. And she looks darn good, but you should have seen her just even like 4 months ago with all of it. You like mitten chops. Yeah, she likes mitten chops because it really helped her flatten her belly even more. So even though she's considered a senior, her little rib to hip is like this. Remember when I said when you tilt and it's bone to bone? Whereas I have this really long. So when we're going to show, we'll do a couple of the boxes. So you can see when she tilts over, sometimes it just looks like she goes. And then, but I know when she kind of can cheat, because I'll go, come on, Barry, you can actually go over, and so then she'll be about like there. Because she's hitting bone to bone, but even the body path of least resistance doesn't even like to do that much. So she'll go like this. Like the body. So at any rate, the body type on that, but when I say short torso, long leg, look how much taller I am than her, right? Which is on the spine. So if we put our shoes, so we're wearing both, we're wearing our Skechers. So when we bend our knee, okay, so as I I'm going to demonstrate knee to ankle and all that. So we're both just bending our knee softly. Look at how our knees are the same. Her knee to ankle is the same length as mine. As we stand up, my knee to hip is somewhat taller, and the rest is all spine. So the reason I say long torso, short leg is that my body type has the shortest little knee to ankle. It looks like somebody came in and chopped off my legs. So that's why I wear long pants, to give the illusion of a longer leg, or I wear heels to make my knee to ankle look longer. Whereas Barry will be able to wear mini skirts till she's 105. Okay, she's got great legs because her knee to ankle is balanced to her knee to hip. But then on the side, when we give it, oh, she loves this part. On the side view is that the longer torso usually has a round bubble butt, okay, which can turn into a buffalo butt and hang low if you don't activate those muscles. And the shorter torso is going to have more of a flatter butt, which can turn into a square butt. Okay, but all of this tucking and everything turns it into a more heart-shaped derriere. We call it diva derriere. But then you can see, now we're going to go from here how much on the posture as we bend our knees. Just go ahead and bend. Now watch our abs as we go tuck, tuck, curl. Now we lift ribs and we go knees out. And look how much more she activated in her abs just by bringing it. Okay, now as we come into the front, or actually we could do it from the side so they could see on the abs. So now we're going to do our mitten chop. You want me to do it in front of you so you see me where we're going? Yeah, I'm like, usually I'm on this side. Okay, so here we go again. So first we go ribs up. So as we bend, okay, and we tuck, curl. Now we do a chop, chop. So we push in, remember like we said? Squish heels. We're doing it to the side so you'll see how much more her belly goes in. Inhale, push fingers deep. Curl, tuck, press that up. Now push to get those ribs up. Keep the knees out. Now we're going to go tuck, 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 tuck. Tight, 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 tight. She loves it because now she says, Teresa, my belly's as tight as and much flatter. Don't you see the difference on the flat? And then at the end of our workout, she's walking around going, yep, it's flat for the day. And it'll last for about 2 hours, right? Okay, so with it on the bone to the side, so that's when if you decide to get any of the T-Tapp workouts, I mean, you're going to be empowered. You don't have to. I'm just saying, don't think if you're not looking like me in the mirror. Remember, 1, I'm a long torso, short leg. 2, I've been doing this for over 35 years, so my strength and flexibility is different, but you will progressively improve as your strength and flexibility. So we're on the same side, or do you want to, we're going to do tilting up, do a box, because I'm now going to demonstrate the neck, about how much it is when we elongate on the neck, because German heritage and also short torsos tend to be shorter in the neck. Long torsos tend to be broader in the shoulders. So if you look at Barry, she's more narrow in the shoulders than I am. And my neck is a lot longer than hers, okay? In addition, that's all the skeletal variations. We all have the same bones. We all have the same muscles. It's just the length of the bone makes a difference in how your muscles activate and how your organs distribute. But yes, you can improve with what you have if you know how to activate the muscles. So here we go on our chop together. And you guys could do it with us if you want, because then might as well sneak in some exercise, right? And then I'll say, now look at this on Barry. Look at this on me. So let's go. Bend, tuck, and knees go out. Chop, chop. Push, inhale, squish, heel up, hands, knees, stay out. Push fingers deep, tuck tail, and keep those knees out as you twirl it, press in now. Push ribs up, keep those knees out. We're going to go to the side for 3, up on 4. Here we go. Tilt side, 2, 3. Push it up. Ready? Once more. Push side, 2, 3. Push up. Now hold it here. Now you probably notice I want the next 2. I want you to look at how both of us compare in necks and heads. Okay, so here we go. 2 more. Side, 2, 3, push up. 1 more time. Here we go. It's side, 2, 3, push up. Now right here, as you look at Barry's neck, you look at my neck. Barry, we're going to do our, like what we do in PBS now. Head up tall. Now look at Barry's neck. She's using her fingers on her belly to push to get the power to get her head up high. Do you notice how it got thinner? And now from here, as she goes over, she's going to think to keep her head high as she goes over with the chin up, not tucking the chin in. Over its side, 2, 3, push up. Last time here, do you see the difference? It's side, 2, you're pushing fingers and up. Now shake that out, we'll do the other side. Did you see the difference visually? How much? Because she tends to go like this when she's like, how is it? I'm doing it really. She doesn't like to do it, but I'll catch it because that's what we tend to do is when one body part tries to help and you want to do it from the abs. You want to use your mittens to empower to do it. So let's do it the other side. Bend, tuck, curl, push, lift, knees out. Okay, so here we're going to go over and chop, chop, push, tilt, knees are out, then chop, chop, push, inhale, squish, push, fingers, tuck, curl, push, set those ribs, set those knees, up tall, now to that side, tilt, 1, 2, 3, shake up, and if you have tension when you tilt, you go shake out the tension, then push up. That helps you now 2 more times. It's tilt, 2, 3, push up, keep those knees out, tail tucked all the time, it's side, 2, 3, push up. Now we'll pop those elbows, so those ribs go up, tail keeps tucked, tail keeps tucked, 1, 2, 3, tilt, shake, shake, and now we'll come on up, chop, chop, push in, squish, push fingers, tuck, curl, push, lift, knees out, and now shake it out. So from here, that's what I mainly wanted to demonstrate. Barry's going to be with me tomorrow morning, I hope, for the full senior fit, and then we'll also do additional moves this afternoon. But now, thank you, Barry. The other thing to empower, to increase energy, decrease inflammation, and rebuild your metabolism is you want to make sure each day that with your spine you curl it, you scoop it, you tilt it, and you turn it. Okay, the turning we haven't turned yet. Okay, we've done lots of variations of curl it and tilt it because we do a lot of bending over, but we really don't turn and we really don't tilt that much. So when you do it in the sequence of curl, scoop, tilt, then turn. So we leave the turn at the end, and that basically is in the 15-minute workout. Okay, it's also in the book. You get the, if you want bottom line, if some of you are like you like books, since now we have, I never knew this, but iHerb, isn't it great that iHerb donated all those goodies in your goodie bag? Who knew that iHerb sold books? Cheaper than Amazon.com. That's kind of nice to know. Well, anyway, I'm also in Dr. Pericon's book, and in this book, it's just 10 minutes to turn back time. You get the curl, the scoop, the tilt, and the twist. You also get it in the menopause thyroid, but this one's even shorter, so it gives you a variation. If you don't want to have a DVD, you can do it by book. Okay, so let's do the turn. Toes are forward. This is progressive T-Tapp twist stretch. It's in T-Tapp More, and the version on More is for even more health issues. It's bend, tuck, curl, push, lift, knees out. Now push in your belly, get the thumb away. Keep it tucked and tight as the other thumb is away. Elbow forward, come hands back. Now inhale here, exhale here. Now I want you to inhale, hunch a little, keep it tucked. Ribs up. Then we're going to turn, and we don't want the lower body to turn at all, just the upper body. Now remember, based on body type, strength and flexibility, some of us will be able to turn more than others. It's just to your best ability. So we're going to set the knee out as we turn to the side. But don't let the knees come in. Keep them tucked, keep the knees out, keep the ribs up. So inhale, tuck, push that knee, and turn, just to your best ability. Just to your best ability. So you're keeping your hands level, and that back hand is going as far as it can. Feel that? Activating the upper back. That's good. So inhale again here. Now you're going to tuck, turn, and go all the way back, looking to the back wall. Best as you can, even if it's only your eyeballs. Keep the thumbs back, keep it tucked, keep yours up. 3, 4. Now on a count of 3, you're going to come to the front, but keep that tailbone tucked and ribs up. 1, 2, 3, tuck front. Ribs are up, knees are out. Lift ribs again. Reset the arms, reset that knee, and we're going to repeat. Inhale big, tuck, turn, facing the side. Keep ribs up, tail tucked. Inhale, tuck, turn all the way to the back. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Keep ribs up, tuck to the front. Now think ribs up. Tuck, turn from the hip and knee, almost straight, but not all the way straight, so the knees stay out. Fingers are up, ribs are up, and let it swing. Keep it tucked. Keep those hips turned out and knees. Do you feel like your legs are being ringed? Okay, so now you get to bend them. Retuck them. Lift, set those knees, set ribs. Thumb away, pushing belly. Thumb away. Elbow forward, pull thumbs back. Now we get to go to the other side, so set that knee out. Keep ribs up. Keep those thumbs back all the time. Inhale. Tuck tail, ribs up, turn. Keep that knee out. Inhale again. Tuck, turn all the way to the back. 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3. Ribs up, tuck front. Make sure the ribs are up. Your knees are out. Reset those hands, repeat. Ribs up. Inhale. Tuck, turn. Inhale, ribs up. Push that knee out more as you turn to the back. 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3. Tuck front, ribs up. See how much those ribs want to go down? Tuck, turn from the hip. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Turn out, edge of the feet. Knees are turned out as well. Hands up, ribs up. Let it swing out that inflammation. 3, but those legs are tucked and turned out. 1 more time each side. It's bend, tuck, turn, push, lift. Set those knees. Push belly, push, 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 push. And you're going to bring your hand up. Point at your chest, and elbow comes up. Keep pushing in that belly. Helps you keep the ribs up. Now keep ribs up as you reach underneath. You're going to extend your knuckles. Push. When you push on the knuckles, feel how that keeps your ribs up and your muscles activated in the back. Your elbow is down. Your other elbow is level with the shoulder, but as you push, you make it go up. So it's level with the shoulder. Push to keep the ribs up. Other elbow is in, so now you're activated equally in your back. Feel that? Now we're going to push knuckles, push knee as we turn. So inhale big, keep ribs up, tucked, and push knee, and push the knuckles just to the sidewall. Elbow is up, level, ribs are up, don't compress. Ooh, feel the difference, that's good. Keep the knee out, inhale again there. Push your knuckles, push that elbow to the back and the knees out. Keep those ribs up. Look at your elbow, even if it's only eyeballs, even if it's only a thought. 3, 4. Don't look at me. Keep looking back at your elbow. You're going to push the knuckles 4 times. Just push it 1. Little push 2. Little push 3. Little push 4. Keep pushing as you inhale. Keep pushing as you tuck, turn to the front. Then lift ribs, tug, twist. Now you get to swing out that inflammation. Ribs up, though. Don't do this. Keep the ribs up. Keep tongue and turned. That helps. That should feel good. One more time. It's bend, tuck, lift, set those knees. Push belly, push belly, push belly. We'll put our hand out. Push our belly and out. Now keep pulling the thumb. It's a variation to help you keep the ribs up as you point to the chest and the other rib comes up. Keep pushing that. Come under. Extend those knuckles. Push. Now you got the power to keep ribs up. Elbow is in. Other one is straight. We're going to lift it as we do. And you push. Okay, you don't reach. You push. Knees out. Inhale, ribs up. Push, turn. Oh boy, keep that knee out. It's not golf. Inhale there. Ribs up higher, Mary. Mary, ribs up. There. Inhale there. Because you're my friend. Push back. 2, 3. Now little knuckle push. Here we go. Little push. Little push. Little push 3, push 4, keep pushing as you inhale. Tuck, tail, push as you come to the front. Ribs are up. Rib up. Tuck, turn from the hip and knee. Hands up, keep it twisted, and swing. 2. Your feet should be screaming by now, because you got to swing out the hands, but not the feet yet, right? So here we go. It's bend, tuck, curl. It's lift, knees are out. Push thumb away, elbow forward, hands are back. Now clap, 4, 4. Clap, that's 1. 2, we'll get to those feet. Right now, hold it. Bend deeper, retuck, lift, no, we'll go super slow. Keep the knee bent, ribs up, here we go. Super slow, oh boy. 2, yes you can. 3, little quicker, ribs are up. 2, 3, now lift, slow. 1, 2, use the belly, tummy tuck. Now it's quicker. 2, 3, 4, sip water. You finished your stretch. So basically that concludes on how to use your body as a machine. Think about the primary principles. The stance is bend it, tuck it, lift it. You just are wanting to get the body in alignment where the ankle, knee, and hip is aligned. Bend, tuck lower back, lift upper back. Then knees out, activate more at the hip. Thumbs away, activate more at the shoulder. You can hunch that tension away. Lift the ribs as you reach down. So you know how to sneak it in. Little finger, remember? Knees are out, weight is in the heels. Whether you go upstairs, down, picking up, you use that same muscle activation. That's your primary principle. But remember, it's also understanding how to get full activation. You can do it anytime, any place, or use the power of the sequences. All I want you to realize is it's easy to help your body help itself with muscle activation. So put some mental focus to it. Give your body the ability with the activation, but also in the power of positive thinking. Because really, yes, you can.